spoke about being a father.
Yeah.
And with you having such a high profile position, the question I have is, what would you tell a father whose son says he wants to go play in the NFL, knowing that the NFL is made up of approximately 70% African American, but we got 1.6% who actually play in college, make it to the NFL?
Yeah.
What would you tell that father to tell his son?
If the son was young, high school age, I would say, look, that it is important to have dreams, and if that's your dream, then two things have to happen. One, you have to dedicate everything to that dream, and that's just getting through a series of gates, right? High school, college, graduating high school, graduating college. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would tell him is just the facts. That career is 3.3 years. The injury rate is 100%. Nobody leaves the National Football League as a retiree. Everybody leaves the National Football League because you're too hurt to keep playing. It's just reality. So, knowing that for the second thing, I love your dream of going to the NFL. What are we going to do after that 3.3 years? Right? And so to me, you know, I meet a lot of parents, as you can imagine, who are like, hey, I think my son's going to make it. No, he's not. No, he's not. You know, and look, I'm much blunter with the parents than the kids because no, you know, no. And plus, if I could look at you and you're like my height, no, but that, you know, but talking to them about what happens after that 3 years, I think can become really the motivating factor, because now you've turned a kid who's got a great dream about playing in the NFL. If he can be equally diligent or mindful of what it is to do afterwards, it's going to end. Right? And so what I, you know, tell people is, hey man, that dream is fantastic, you know, and everybody goes down that dream, right? Man, I just ban the word retired with our player. Who retires at 26? Right. You need to go get another job. Right. You know, right. So the beauty of what we do, you know, we created the trust. If you play for 1 year and 2 games and you want to go back and get your college degree, the NFLPA pays for it. If you play for 1 game in 2 years and you want to get your law degree, paid for. Medical degree, paid for. You want to learn a trade, paid for. You want to go get another degree, paid for. So all of those things are absolute, you know, gifts to a person who is now using the NFL as what? The stage to the next thing, right? Because you're getting out of school, you know, if you're going to play in the NFL, you're probably going to come from one of the top schools. You know, the greatest blessing is you're going to leave college with no debt. You were on scholarship. So imagine leaving college with no debt. The minimum salary next year is going to be a little bit under $1 million. What I would say to that young man is, man, that's a great dream to have. But now imagine the platform you now have to go on to what's next. That's what I would say. That's great.
Any other?
To the parents, just tell them they're not going to make it.